Okay, boys and girls, it's time for your Smackdown review. This show, this is just one of the reasons why when you skip Smackdown, you're just saving yourself a lot of depression and disappointment. We start off with the Big Show coming back, and somehow Orton's show has morphed into a #1 contenders match. Big Show comes out, punches two jobbers on Raw, and all of a sudden he's in a fucking #1 contenders match. How does this happen? He's like catapulted into contention for the world title after like being out for like 3 months. How do you all of a sudden just come back? I mean, you know, first of all, he was fighting for the WWE title on Raw. Now all of a sudden he's back on SmackDown for the world title. How the hell do they make this transition that he comes back and all of a sudden he's the top guy again? When are they gonna fucking learn? Big Show, who's in his 40s now, who's always been slow, is even slower now because he's older. How the fuck do they think he's going to draw money for a fucking pay-per-view? Do you hear the sound of that? Oh, that's the sound of nobody clicking buy on their remote to order this pay-per-view. I mean, like, holy shit. This is, like, so fucking ridiculous. I'm going to get to that a little bit later on. So, anyway, Orton comes out, and I'm Randy Orton. And I'm going to challenge you for a boring match, Big Show. I mean, like, this is a recipe for disaster. Then Del Rio comes out. And, you know, I don't care. I know Del Rio's got some fans here in the YWC. But I just think that Del Rio is just fucking worthless. First of all, I'm not crazy about his long-winded promos. I've already said he's a knockoff of JBL. His in-ring skills are okay. I mean, just look, he had 3 matches with Sheamus, and not one of them even came, you know, could even crack the 3-star mark. I mean, they weren't even 3-star matches. Forget about cracking it. They couldn't even be considered good matches. So, anyway, Orton just RKO's Del Rio to shut him up. And that was probably the first time in my life I think I ever marked out for Orton. Okay, there's been a couple of times, but this is the first time in a long time. Then we get our first match of the night, Cesaro defeating Santino Marella. And, you know, this was actually a pretty good match. I'm not going to knock it. It seemed like Santino tried in this match with some, you know, decent little counters. A short match, but pretty decent. I give it about, I don't know, like 2 stars. It was alright. Then you got Beth Phoenix defeating Natalya. And this was probably one of the more decent Divas matches I've seen in a while. Pretty good stuff here. Really good counter by Beth. Like, Natalya, like, rolls into the Glam Slam. I like the finish. Pretty good. You know, she kicks out. And then, you know, she manages to pin her with, like, a victory roll. Pretty decent Divas match. Surprising, like, 2 decent matches to kick off what's usually a boring show. But don't get too excited. They're only, like, 2 fucking star matches apiece. So, you know, don't go, oh, this is great. No, it's not. Then we've got Eve coming out. She suspends Beth for being blonde, you know, because Caitlyn, who wasn't even on this show, nobody even knows what the fuck she's talking about. I mean, if you go back to, you know, if you didn't see last week when Caitlyn accused a blonde of being her attacker at the pay-per-view, I mean, you people don't even fucking remember actually what I'm talking about. That's what happened last week, and they don't even explain it. She's just like, you're blonde, you're suspended. But, like, what the fuck's going on there? I mean, seriously. Then they suspend her. Then Teddy Long tells Booker T about what happened. Booker T gets all upset and tells Beth Phoenix that she's reinstated. And then Eve just blames it on Teddy. And Booker T, like the fucking idiot he is, just takes Eve's word for it. I mean, she's a heel. She's portraying a heel, but Booker T is still convinced by her so easily. Like, I swear to God, you could put, like, a burlap sack over Booker T's head, and he would probably say, "Who turned out the lights, sucker?" I mean, like, seriously, this man could be fooled. I mean, he was a fucking idiot on commentary. And, like, they make him out to be a fucking moron as GM. I mean, do they have any respect for this guy? Then we get Wade Barrett defeating Zack Ryder. Once again, this is okay. It's a squash match. Ryder was a little aggressive in it. And then we get the stupid elbow. You know, I'm Wade Barrett, and I've got a really convincing finisher. A move that everybody fucking uses. I mean, like, come on. This is a fucking elbow. It's a fucking elbow, and it's a finisher. I mean, you know what? I'm just not buying it, and no one else is. They couldn't even, like, give a crowd reaction. They couldn't even put those, you know, crowd filters that they usually do, the fake crowd noise, because, I mean, it was so quiet in the arena, it wouldn't even sound convincing. So, yeah, what a fucking fail that was. Then we get Miz TV. It's basically just Miz, Sheamus making fun of Miz, and it's not even funny. It's not even funny at all. Then Miz shoots back about a bunch of lackluster accomplishments, like shooting a straight-to-DVD movie and having a serious satellite show that nobody listens to. I mean, he said it's the #1 Sirius XM program. No, it's not. That's Howard Stern. I mean, like, great job there checking the facts. I'm a fan of The Miz, but this was retarded. And then you got Dolph Ziggler coming out, and he says he's going to cash in a Hell in a Cell. Ziggler does not even look credible at this point, so no one's even getting behind it. I mean, just seriously, no one is fucking buying this shit. Like, you look at what's happened so far tonight, none of it is convincing. None of it, like, made me sit back and say, like, oh yeah, you know, this is great. I'm really buying this great entertainment here. No, it's like, it really is very fucking phony. You know, people just getting title shots for the fuck of it. I'm not fucking buying into any of it. You know, then Sheamus just beats the shit out of both guys and, you know, just makes them both look weak. I mean, two fucking heels, two top heels can't even beat one man in the ring. Then you got this tag title tournament that they're making for, I guess Hell in the Cell is going to be like where they're going to have the title match, the winners, or maybe they're going to have the winners crowned at Hell in the Cell. Who the fuck cares? You know, but there's one thing that's great about this tag team title tournament for everybody in the YWC who's just, you know, it's so happy because tag team wrestling is being paid more attention. It's in the spotlight again. Ooh, I just love it. I love all the tag team wrestlers. Oh, I just love it when they tag each other. I mean, this is just like an excellent lineup for, you know, all the fags here in the YWC who love tag team wrestling. I mean, I mean, God, this is just, it's wonderful. It reminds me of Deliverance. You know, they would just like to take some of these tag team wrestlers and add them to the woods. I mean, you know, they should have a fucking lumberjack match so that you could go out in the woods and have some great tag team action. I mean, look at this. You got Zack Ryder and Santino Marella. So if you're into Guidos, if you're into the whole Jersey Shore scene, I mean, you got your Guidos there. Yeah. Or maybe you like them, you know, a little darker. You know, some like Samoan guys are real tans. You know, and so you like Samoans. Yeah, you know, Rikishi was pretty sexual, shoving his ass into people's faces. And you know what? The Usos are his sons, so there you go. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So there you go, right there. And then you got the primetime players. If you're into black guys, and you know that black guys are well hung, this is your tag team. I mean, this is great. I mean, you can't go wrong with the primetime players. It's prime time. It's at night. You know, that's when a lot of sexual action takes place. Okay, then you got Primo and Epico. Oh, you know what they say about those Boricuas? I mean, this Boricuos maybe? I don't know, but Puerto Rican guys, really sexy, nice bodies. Ooh, I mean, how boy, I like to take them out of the woods right now. This is in Puerto Rico. I like to a little sex on the beach. That's what I'm talking about. Then you got Kid and Gabriel. You know, white. You know, everybody loves it. You know, of course, you don't want to be racist or anything. Just go for the white guys. You know, the real high flyers. A lot of high impact moves. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and then you've got, if you like nerds, you got the Rhodes Scholars. Their name doesn't even fucking make any sense. But you know, if you like the brainy type of, you know, guys, oh yeah, that's the tag team you want. So anyway, we got the Rhodes Scholars. They defeat the Usos in like a fucking minute. So you know, you can't get excited for this tag team tournament. I mean, you can only get excited for like jacking off to these guys. The YWC will just be excited that they just had the opportunity to jerk off to some of these really sexy ass tag teams. I mean, I just ran through them all. You've got a lot of material to work with there. So yeah, tag team wrestling is back, baby. Woohoo! Oh man. Then you got Ryback defeating Tensai in like 2 minutes. I'm not fucking buying it at all. I mean, come on. Beating Tensai, a 375-pound wrestler, Ryback just defeats him like that. I mean, come on. I'm not fucking buying this shit. A guy who beat Cena just drops like a bad habit out of nowhere. This is not fucking believable at all. I mean, it looks so fucking phony tonight. Like, the way they're booking this shit, it doesn't even make any sense. I mean, it really, seriously, none of this shit makes any sense. How a big guy like that goes down even quicker than most of the jobbers did. You know, even the handicap matches lasted longer than this. Then you get the great main event. This is the biggest main event in SmackDown history. The biggest one. Oh my god. Before the match, Del Rio attacks Orton. And first he's like grabbing his arm. Oh! Oh! And then all of a sudden he comes out and it's his ribs. So why was he grabbing his arm? What's wrong with me, guys? I don't even know. I'm so boring that I'm even bored with my own injuries. I mean, what the fuck? Seriously, you can't even sell the right body part. Then this matchup is so fucking boring. I mean, my god. It's just so lethargic and just bad. All the offense was just so slow paced and everything. And then, you know, so they give you about like 10 minutes of just fucking slow ass shit that just looks like it's being played out in slow motion. And then you get a couple of false finishes. Like, oh, we're going to give you 10 minutes of boring bullshit. Here's a couple of false finishes to, like, apologize for the shittiness. Like, what the fuck is this main event? I'm supposed to sit down for a fucking hour and a half to watch some shitty main event that doesn't even entertain. Big Show with 2 choke slams, and that's it. And then he gets back in the ring and just punches Orton. You knew that Orton was going to win because Orton's a drug addict and they ain't going to trust some steroid munching motherfucker in a world title match. So you know he's never going to be let into the world title picture again. Because they're not going to trust him because of his, if he gets one more strike on the wellness policy, he's fucking out. So, yeah, I mean, this was just a piece of fucking garbage show. And, I mean, like, Big Show and Sheamus at the pay-per-view. The only fucking way they're going to get people to order this pay-per-view is if they fucking lock them in a cage. You know, and that is going to be fucking hell for the fucking viewer. What are they fucking thinking booking this matchup? The Big Show is not a draw. Do you hear me, Vince McMahon? He's never been a draw ever. Nobody's ever given a shit. No one's ever bought a Big Show t-shirt. No one ever has bought like a Big Show action figure. No one gives a shit. No one comes to a show saying, hey, I'm here to see Big Show, guys. I mean, like, if they are, you know, fuck, they'll beat them up in a parking lot and toss them in a dumpster. Those fucking nerds, Big Show fans. Who wants to see a big 500-pound sack of crap in the main event? How are you going to be a fan of somebody like that? I mean, it's fucking retarded. No one can fucking lift him. He's boring. He doesn't do anything. He's old. I mean, he's even gotten slower. What the fuck? I mean, seriously. This is not a main event. This is fucking bullshit.